Hi, this is Ian David Chapman from Crowd Conversion, and today we're going to be looking at mobile-friendly marketing. So in this presentation you're going to discover why it's so vital to cater to your mobile web users and why this is going to be even more important in the future. And we're going to be looking at the 5 main areas that you need to address no matter what type of business you're in. And I'm going to be sharing with you some tools you can use to build a mobile-friendly site. And I'm going to show you some ways you can optimize your existing site if you haven't got the time to go and build one from scratch. We're also going to be showing you the best way to prepare your digital media for mobile consumption. So we're going to be looking at how to format your videos and ebooks and things like that. One of the most important trends that's been happening on the web has been the rise of mobile web users. So this is people on their smartphones surfing the web while they're out and about. So as you can see from this graph, this was provided by Morgan Stanley, around about the year at the end of 2013, 2014, they're predicting that mobile web users are going to be overtaking desktop web users. So what does this mean to you as a business owner and a marketer? Well, you need to basically review every aspect of your marketing to ensure that it's mobile friendly. And it's important that you know the demographics of your target market, because then you know the percentage of them that use mobile. So if you're catering to a younger audience, you can pretty much guarantee that the majority of those guys are already using mobile. So the importance of you making your sites mobile friendly is even more vital. So the 5 main areas that we're going to be looking at today is we're going to be looking at your email marketing. We're going to be looking at how your website is set up. We're going to be looking at your marketing process, the digital media format that you're using, and how you can use mobile links to get traffic to your business, like foot traffic, and also traffic to your websites and offers. First of all, we're going to look at email marketing for mobile. Email marketing, lots of people nowadays, they're going to look at their email on their mobile phone. So it's really important that you make sure your messages are short, that you well format them, and that they're easy to read. Always include a link at the top right in the first paragraph, because if you want somebody to go to a web page, they're not going to generally scroll down right the way to the bottom of your email messages. If the tendency for mobile users is they're actually on the move, if you want them to look at your stuff, you've got to get their attention quickly. Also, mobile highlights the from name. So you need to make any emails that you send much more personal. Nobody wants to receive an email from some anonymous company. You need to make sure that it's from a real person representing your brand or your business. Also, the same goes with subject lines. Make sure that your subject lines are short, with engaging titles that are going to get people to open up. And one thing, a mistake that many people make, is they forget to send a plain text email. Nowadays, a lot of the autoresponders, they give you very, very fancy HTML templates. But a lot of people who have smartphones don't read HTML messages. They just bring in their email as text messages, basically to save on the bandwidth usage of their phones. So the first question we're going to ask is, how does your current website stand up to the test when you browse it from the eyes of a mobile user? And just consider how many visitors you may be alienating and how much money you could potentially be losing because a visitor arrives at your website on a mobile device and can't get the information that they're looking for. Most people would be shocked at the result. The reason I'm doing this presentation is because I've been building a few sites for clients, and I've been optimizing my own sites and realizing that a lot of them are not mobile friendly. So a great tool you can use is a tool called Mobilizer. It's built on the Adobe Air platform. You can download it, install it, and it gives you a way how you can look at a website from the perspective of a mobile user. So here's an example of it in action. So I'm just looking at amazon.co.uk, and this is an example that probably is what your website looks like. This is my girlfriend's yoga website. It's not terrible, but it's not very good. You can see that this website's not optimized for mobile. A couple of the links are visible, but any of the other links along the side, nobody can find them. So if you're going to be designing your website, you need to make sure that you're making it mobile friendly. And it's a good idea to consider building a separate mobile site, especially if you're a bricks and mortar business, say you're a bar or a restaurant, or you've actually got a physical location that people are coming to find, because often people will be on their mobile coming to your address, they can't remember where it was and they want to find a map or they want to find a phone number to contact you. It's really important that you don't use Flash. I see a lot of people like photographers, they have these fancy Flash graphics on their website, and a mobile user won't be able to even see any of it, especially if they're on an iPhone or an iPad, because the Flash won't be displayed. Make sure you don't use too many scripts, pop-ups and light boxes. If you don't have a dedicated mobile site, you can. If you have a dedicated mobile site, it doesn't matter on your main site because you've got a mobile friendly site as well. So also check your website on multiple devices and check how they look. So check if you've got a friend who's got an iPhone or an iPad, have a look, see what it looks like. So there's a real art to designing a mobile website, and I call this the Zen of mobile. And it's basically minimalism. You need to remove all content that's irrelevant for people that are mobile, because most people using mobile devices, they're traveling, they're out and about, they could be waiting at a bus stop or on a train station, they haven't got much time and they just want instant information, instant gratification. So your site needs to provide what they're looking for straight away. You need to make sure that your text is short and to the point. And if they want more information, you can advise them to go directly to your desktop version of your website. Also, it's important, don't have ads on your mobile site. So if you've got Google ads running, pull them off the mobile site. It's going to slow down your site and it's going to consume unnecessary bandwidth, which is very important for mobile users, especially people who are maybe not on smartphones or don't have an expensive data plan. The other consideration is screen resolution. So different phones have different screen resolutions. So you're going to be designing a website for a much smaller screen size. So the iPhone 4 has a resolution of 640 by 960, and the iPad is a bit higher at 1024 by 768. But what you might forget is a lot of the Android and BlackBerry phones have only got a screen size of 320 by 240, which is quite small. So it's important that whatever design you make, it's going to look good on those phones too. Don't just design for an iPhone or an iPad. Make sure that you're going to include the people who are on Android and BlackBerry devices. And don't use big images. A lot of people, they'll have these massive high resolution images and they take much too long to load and they waste the limited screen space that you've got on a mobile website. One of the things you want to do on your website is get your coder to install code that's going to detect if a user's on a mobile device. Or you can get a specific mobile domain name. So you can buy a .mob, mobile domain name. Or you can use what a lot of people are using is a subdomain, which is www.m.yourdomain.com or www.mobile.yourdomain.com. Well, what I'm going to show you as well is how you can use an online mobile site builder so that you get a very, very nice, easily coded mobile website. If you've got a web developer working for you or a web team, you can send them off to a site called Mobile ESP. So the first mobile web building tool we're going to look at is Wapple.net. This is supposedly the most advanced mobile web build, development and publishing technology, so it's well worth checking this one out. Another one to look at is Mobify.com. So they've got their mobile web design with Mobify Studio. And if you want if you've just got a personal site and you want a free version, a company called Wirenode.com allow you to create your own mobile website if it's not for commercial use. And another good one to look at is MobileSiteGalore.com. And these also build sites for low-end phones as well as smartphones. One thing a lot of people forget, they think, oh, everybody uses a smartphone, but a lot of the people are using non-smartphones. So don't just assume that everybody has an iPhone or some fancy smartphone. There's a lot of the mobile phone users have old Nokias or Samsungs that don't have the big screen. So this Mobile Site Galore is a good place that you can go to if you want to build a site that's going to be available for almost all phones. here is bemobilized.com. This is a website that will convert your domain, your existing domain, and create an automatic mobile version of your site. So they'll go in, they'll resize all your images, they'll put the text to the right format and publish a site. And then if you want to keep it, you can pay them their fees for hosting your mobile site for you. So what are the design considerations you need to look at? The most important thing is keeping your layout simple and define who's going to be visiting your mobile website. What's their intention? What are they looking for? So if you're a bricks and mortar business, you need to put your opening hours, maybe a map to find your business, or your contact details so that they can call you. One thing to make sure is on every page you only have a single call to action, so that you're not asking people to sign up to your list, join you on Facebook. People on a mobile device, they don't have patience for 20 different calls to actions. Keep it simple. Each page, only one call to action or one thing that they're going to do on each page. If you've got a WordPress blog, there's some great plugins that you can use to mobilize your website. So these are the ones that I've been testing out. The first one is called Mobile Press. So if you can download this presentation, I'll put this underneath the video, and you can get the links from there. The second one that you can use is OnSwipe. This was like a swipe theme. It's specifically designed for iPads to make them much more friendly. So it creates a very nice swipe effect and converts your existing WordPress site into a swipeable website. Another great plugin is called WordPress Mobile Pack. So this is a complete toolkit that you can use to help mobilize your WordPress site. So it's got a mobile switcher, it's got different themes, different widgets you can use, and a mobile admin page. Another thing to think about is if your site is quite image heavy, make sure that your image galleries and sliders work on mobile devices. So here's one that I've been testing as well. It's called OK Gallery, and this one works on all HTML5 supported devices like iPhone, iPad, iPod. So now we're going to look at your marketing process. And this is the process that people go through in your marketing funnel. So how can you include mobile in your marketing? Because it's really important that just getting an email address is only one aspect of the potential relationship that you can build with people. If you get them to give you your phone number, you can build a mobile list, and you've also got a way to communicate them through voice messages or text. And the great thing about mobile is it has a 95% open rate. The average open rate for email is somewhere between 15 to 30% if you're really good. Having a mobile list is going to increase your engagement with people. It's going to increase the intimacy. It's going to increase the attendance on webinars, and it's going to increase your conversions. We've been using a service called VoiceShot on our webinars, and it's basically doubled our attendance on webinars. Every time we use VoiceShot, we get twice the number of people attending our webinars, which means that if we're making a promotion on the webinar, we're going to get twice the amount of commission because there's twice as many potential people available to purchase the offer that we're making on those webinars. Another good company to look at for building a mobile list that has all the different services is Trumpia. So that's www.trumpia.com. So digital media, an important thing that I think for most people who own a mobile device, especially iPhone users and iPad users, is that a lot of the videos are not playable on certain devices. So one of the things to do is make sure that your web video can be played on all mobile devices. And you want to make sure that the screen size is at an aspect ratio that is friendly to mobile. So two of the best sizes to use are 640 by 360. That will give you a 16:9 aspect ratio, and 640 by 480 will give you a 4:3 aspect ratio. So you created your video. How do you export it? One of the codecs that I found to work the best is the H.264.mp4. This is now becoming the web standard, and it can be played on pretty much every mobile device. Make sure that when you export, you keep your file size small. Remember, for mobile people, they've got to pay for their bandwidth. Bandwidth is limited, it tends to be expensive. Use an online service like YouTube or Vidler. This is another alternative. These will convert your videos to mobile-friendly formats. So if you've got a format that you've got your video in, maybe your camcorder shoots a weird format that you can't convert easily to H.264, upload them to YouTube, and then the videos will be in a format that most mobile devices can play. Digital documents. Make sure that all your documents can be downloaded and read on mobile devices. So consider formatting them in multiple formats to give people the option, so they can download in EPUB or PDF, or if they got an Amazon Kindle, that they can read your ebooks on their Kindle. This is really important. There's nothing worse than getting a PDF, trying to download it and discover you can't read it on your favorite PDF reader. So how can you ensure that your PDFs are readable on a mobile device? Make sure that you encode them to Adobe Reader X for mobile. This will guarantee that all your PDFs, ebooks are visible and easily available for mobile users. So last thing I want to talk about is mobile links. One of the rise recently has been something called QR codes. So these are these like strange square barcodes. And this means that anyone with a mobile phone can just take a picture of that barcode and they're instantly taken to your website. So it's a great idea to put these QR codes on your business cards, on your posters, in your shop, anywhere where you've got physical marketing material where somebody with a mobile phone can come and snap a picture. So this allows mobile users to directly access your website from their phone. So another idea you can use is to use QR codes for email capture, which means that you can send people directly to your mobile squeeze pages. How do you create a QR code? There's different services you can use. One is qrcode.kaywa.com, kaywa.com. And they just put in your URL and it will create an image for you that you can then download, and you can use that on your website or on your marketing materials. Okay, so what do you need to do next? These are your action steps. First thing to do is just start reviewing your current marketing and assess how mobile friendly it is. Next thing I would recommend, take the time to build a mobile site for your business, or if you haven't got that, use maybe some of the plugins that I've suggested and convert your existing site into something that's going to be more mobile friendly. Make sure that all your digital media is formatted so it's mobile friendly, and if you've got stuff previously that isn't mobile friendly, consider taking the time to convert it. And the next thing to do is, if you want to get serious about mobile, is educate yourself. Get more training from expert mobile marketers. People like our friend Dan Hollins, he's got some great mobile trainings, or Galhad Chowdhury, he's another one who's a great mobile teacher. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.